Just come to the loo before my meeting and the lighting is so good in here to show you my outfit. I love these. I actually don't love the look of these mirrors, hence why I wouldn't have them in my house, but the lighting from them is always, but the lighting is always so good. I'm wearing this jacket. This is new from Source Unknown and definitely not warm enough for today's weather, which is 2 degrees outside, but I'm rebelling against the January weather and wearing my new favourite jacket. I'm home now, sat on my creaky stool. I desperately need to get a new stool for my dressing table, which is the stool that if you see me shooting in the bedroom or at my dressing table or in the bathroom, it's what I'm sitting on. And this is so old and feels like it's going to break under my weight. We're sat in the bathroom because this section of the video is kindly sponsored by Beauty Pie, which is a dream to work with them again because I've been a Beauty Pie member now for about 4 years, I think, maybe even longer. I love so many things from Beauty Pie, not just skincare that I'm going to be showing you today, but also their candles, makeup products, just so many things. But these are the products that I could not live without. They have kindly replenished my body cream, so I have a brand new one of that, which is so exciting. I just love the packaging so much as well. The triple hyaluronic acid and the SPF, and all of those I use every single day. So my skin type, when people say what's your skin type, I never really know what to say. I'd say it's just fairly normal. I do get a bit of shine throughout the T-zone. I don't get particularly dry, but then I also look after my skin. So I think if I didn't, maybe I would get dry patches, but I am very, very into my skincare. And since using this one, which you can see, this is my one, this is the new one that they've sent me, but this is my one. I'm kind of halfway through this one. If I had all of the bottles of this, I have gone through so many of these. I use it morning and night, and there's not many skincare products that I use consistently morning and night every day because some of them I'm switching out, like retinols and things like that. But this is just a non-negotiable in my skincare routine. But anyway, back to my skin. So this time of year, I do find that I am needing that bit of extra hydration, which is why I cannot miss this. Morning and night has to happen. Sorry, I keep repeating that, but it's so important to keep my skin. And I would say at the moment, it's looking pretty even and glowing. And that is thanks to this skincare, honestly. I'm so sorry. I really need to get a new stool. On the other hand, I'm not enjoying my hair today, so we'll just flick that round the back. I do find it interesting to learn about the ingredients of what goes into a product that makes it so effective and the changes I've noticed in my skin since using this. So I actually got put onto this by Jessica Diner, who is, I think, the beauty director of Vogue or beauty editor. I don't know what her title is exactly. I really trust her recommendations. So when she said this is her favorite hyaluronic acid, I got this probably about 2.5 years ago. Can't live without it now. I'm like a broken record about this product, but honestly, it's that good. So I just thought I'd look up some of the ingredients to see why it's so good. And there are lots in there that kind of go over my head, but things that I recognize the sound of are like pro-ceramides, super hydrating, healthy skin effect, all peptides. I know that peptides are really important. It says it has gravity fighting super peptides to enhance a youthful appearance, visible anti-wrinkle effect. Obviously the hyaluronic acid is the key thing. And then also every morning, this feels sadly light, but thank goodness they've sent me a new one. This is, and I will just show you this one because the hyaluronic acid is just see-through, so there's no point in me showing that, but this, that's it. This one is done, so thank goodness I have my new one ready to go. But this is the, what's it called? The Featherlight UVA UVB SPF 50. It's a sunscreen and primer. I love this sunscreen and I use it under my makeup every single day. It's always my last step in my skincare routine. Let's just rub this in so that you can see. It doesn't leave your skin greasy or oily, and I find my makeup goes on really, really well on top of that. And as you can see, I've not powdered today at all. So even when I did my makeup this morning, so I'm trying to get close so you can see, I didn't powder. It's now 12 and still no need to powder with this SPF, but it also is hydrating and doesn't have that kind of matte effect. I don't like those SPFs that are like, we sit so well under makeup, we won't make you shiny, but then they actually just make you really dry. and then your skin doesn't look good. I'm just reading about this and it's actually amazing, the science that goes into these products. I just use it, and if I like it and it makes my skin feel good, it makes me look good and sits well under makeup, I'm like, that's great. But actually it's really nice to know this has actually got a triple anti-aging grape extract in it that helps improve skin detoxification and hydration, and it also protects your cells, which is so nice, and so many other things that I won't read aloud. And then the last face product I have to show you is this one. This is Super Healthy Skin Ultimate Anti-Aging Cream with plant bioactives and hyaluronic acid. Now, I'm 35, I'm getting to the point where I really want to make sure I'm keeping my skin really hydrated and want to use products that are actively anti-aging, not just looking after my skin kind of 50% of the way. I want to be going 100% of the way now. I haven't actually got a new one of these yet because this one, I still have quite a lot of it left. I've only been using this for about 3 weeks. But as you can see, like, I've obviously made a dent in it, but I think it will last quite a long time because you only need a really small amount of this. That much for my entire face. You can use this cream morning and night, but because sometimes I'll use it morning as well. It depends on how dry my skin is feeling, but sometimes in the morning, I don't wash my face in the morning. I just splash it with water and then I use the hyaluronic acid and then straight on with this, and that's a 2-step skincare routine for mornings. If I'm feeling like I need the extra hydration, I will use the Super Healthy Skin before the SPF, but sometimes I don't, or if I'm feeling lazy, and then this is what I use at nighttime. My final beauty pie product that I have to recommend to you guys, and I will put a link in the description box for all of these, for all of my favorites, is this one. Again, it's something that I have gone through pot after pot of. It's the Super Healthy Skin Deluxe Body Moisture Cream, and this has softening hibiscus flower oil droplets and nourishing shea butter, I never know how to say that word, in it too, and it's just the most nourishing. You can see I'm kind of getting to the bottom of this one, but luckily I have a brand new one ready to go. The smell of this, and I'm so fussy with scents. I'm also really bad at describing scents, but it just smells really gentle is how I would describe it. Just such a gentle, pleasant scent. It's not overly floral. It's not overly kind of vanilla-y. It says it has essential oils of orange. Oh yeah, it does smell like orangey. It also says it won the British Vogue Beauty Awards. I find this so nourishing. I couldn't go on holiday without this, but I also, in winter, when my skin is feeling dry and sad on my body and just a little bit like it needs extra help, I'm using this every day. I'm so thirsty now that, talking of hydration, I need to go and get myself a drink. So let's go to the kitchen. So I really want to vlog a bit of a kind of what's in my fridge, what I eat in a day kind of vibe thing. But before I forget, that's why we're in the kitchen, and also me drinking my squash. But before I forget, I did actually vlog a little bit yesterday, and I want to insert that into this vlog, and I keep forgetting to say, I'm going to insert this footage now. So I'm going to insert this footage now of me yesterday. I went on a little, well, you'll see. So I vlogged a bit yesterday and I'm going to insert it here. I currently feel like I'm on an episode of Come Outside. Did any of you watch that show growing up? Lady and her dog would get, I think, in a helicopter and go and visit things happening, like how Mars bars are made in a factory, and I absolutely loved it. I feel like even the Teletubbies had that kind of thing where they would go from being, you know, in the show, I'm explaining this so badly, but where children would go and get to see things being made. And I'm currently here on this, I'll show you, industrial estate. I've driven here today. That's a whole nother story. Oh my God, me driving. When I was on the way here, I called Dan when I arrived and I said I literally felt like Cameron Diaz in The Holiday, you know, where she's driving through the Cotswolds and she's just squealing when any kind of lorry or van goes past her, because I just find driving so stressful unless I'm driving around where I live, which I'm totally comfortable doing. Doing a long drive, like out of London to an industrial estate, was a little bit out of my comfort zone. But anyway, I'm here. So James, who runs Beach Hall Joinery, it's his company, he invited me to come here to have a look at some stained glass, because we're thinking of adding some in somewhere to some of our doors and windows. This is not sponsored or gifted in any way, by the way. I just thought this could be interesting content to vlog. But I do just want to say that James is so lovely, and if you ever need any kind of joinery, any new windows, any doors in your home, then I know it's a huge investment to do that, and you want to make sure you're working with someone that you trust. And I can't even remember how I found, oh no, I found them through, I don't know if you follow Ash, he's been renovating his home, and I think I found him on Instagram or TikTok or something and saw that Beach Hall had done his doors and windows amazingly. That was what made me book James to do ours. Yeah, let's go inside and I'll show you around the showroom here. And Ash and Chad are actually here today, so I got to meet them, which is really lovely. I've been following Ash for about a year now, so it was really lovely to meet him in person and hear more about his renovation and get some tips, because we're about to do our basement and the garden. So this is where all the magic happens. It's so noisy in here, so I'm not really going to film very much, I don't think. It's so nice seeing where our front door was made and all the other doors and windows in the house, but this is where our front door would have been standing when it was being made, and then you can see some doors here. I love our front door so much. And these are like our beautiful windows. Yeah. James is going to teach you all a trick now of what they did in the Victorian times to...
In the summer, what we want to do is lower your top sash.
Yeah.
And lift your bottom sash up a bit.
And the reason for that is?
It will let the hot air at the top and the cool air back in the bottom.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah. So don't just open the bottom sash up and leave the top one shut.
That's what we would do always.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine like summer right now with how cold it is outside, but
no, that will give you much better airflow.
I hope you guys enjoyed that little snippet of yesterday, and back to today. I wanted to share this for two reasons really. One is I get asked all the time, I don't know what people's fascination with this is, but people asking me to do a what I eat in a day, or a, oh, Dan's calling me, 2 seconds. Hi Danny, I'm just shooting. Okay, what was I saying? So I get asked all the time for what's in my fridge, what I eat in a day videos or content. And the other reason is I'm always running out of ideas and make the same things every single week for dinner. So I would love for you guys to comment down below your favourite things to eat for dinner, and if you think there's anything that's missing off our weekly menu, because it's pretty much the same every single week. So yeah, I'm just gonna share it with you guys. So first things first, this is so useful for organising the week, this little fridge organiser thing. I got this from Amazon, it's super cheap, it's not very aesthetically pleasing, but it's so useful to have. So every week, the first thing I do is look at the diary and put in anything where I know that we won't be eating at home that evening. So this evening, Dan and I actually have a babysitter and we are going on a date night to a pub called The Hero, which I'm really excited about doing later. And that's our only meal out this week. So everything else is at home, but sometimes we'll have like a pub lunch booked for a Sunday or something. So I would write that in, and if we have a big pub lunch out, I then wouldn't cook in the evening as well. We'd just have something really light. Oh, and in case you're wondering why it says next week breakfast cereal bowls, I use this square here because I don't write in, I don't know who would write next week we're going to have this, this and this. I just don't use it for that. I use this section and I write in red, and this is things that I want to buy for the kitchen that's not food. So it might be that we need a new wooden spoon, or at the moment we really need breakfast cereal bowls. We don't have anything. I actually don't eat breakfast cereal, but Sage does, and he's kind of gone past using his plasticky silicone, whatever you call them, like baby bowls, and I just give him normal kind of plates and bowls. And all of our bowls are quite big, so I think we need some breakfast cereal bowls. And also I do eat a lot of yogurt and granola and things like that, so that would be nice to have them for that. And then this section here, my list, ideally there would be hardly anything on this list, but there's always something that I've forgotten on the food shop, and this week I forgot garlic, so we're completely out of garlic. So this is stuff that if Dan or I are going to the shops, like I think Dan's going to the shops now, that's why he was calling me, and he was like, what do we need? And I was like, garlic and dishwasher tablets. It's just a good reminder of things, or things that I don't buy every single week. For example, soy sauce. I'll write it here if it's something that I need to make sure that I get in the food shop that's not something I get every single week. So just to give you some insight, last night for dinner we had fajitas. Tomorrow we will be having risotto. I show this on my Instagram stories all the time. I think I've shared the recipe there before. Prawn noodles. I make a really good sauce that actually has 6 different ingredients, which sounds quite a lot, but it's like sesame oil, peanut butter, honey, a crispy chili oil. What else goes into it? I'll show you in the fridge. Tomato spaghetti, just super basic but really yummy. And we make the tomato sauce just from cherry tomatoes, and then spinach as a side to get some greens in. And then this is a new exciting one because Dan got his rice cooker for Christmas. We're going to do like a hot poke bowl kind of thing, like a salmon rice bowl. Toad in the hole, I love, and I'll show you the sausages that I use. They're actually veggie, but I think they're so delicious. So the only important thing in my freezer to show you is these sausages. They are so good, and I do that with peas, so always have peas in the freezer. And then going inside the fridge, I have not organised or tidied this fridge, and it actually doesn't look very full, but obviously lots of things we use are dried foods in the cupboard, like pasta and noodles and things like that. I keep all cheese together in this little kind of tray, and butter, I think. Is there a butter in here? I always have a spare butter, even though we always have butter in the butter dish. But there's cheddar and parmesan in there. Have some innocent kids smoothies that Sage likes, and then Diet Cokes, which Dan and I just love a Diet Coke. This shelf actually looks a bit sad and empty right now, and I actually need to add normal Greek yogurt. We like the Yo Valley one, so I'll add that to my list on the front of the fridge, so we need to pick that up. Something else I forgot on the food shop, and this is just a yogurt that Dan quite likes. It's the Fage strawberry one. This shelf I keep for meat and fish, and every single week we get salmon, prawns and chicken would have gone here, but we ate that last night. And there's some smoked salmon for lunches for having like salmon and cream cheese bagels. And then on this shelf I have veggies. So we have spinach, 1 little red onion, 2 packets of tender stem broccoli, some leeks, and I'm not sure why that's here. Oh, this is left over from last night when we had fajitas, some sour cream. And then in the bottom I have spare milks and some cashew milk. Oh, this is a good section. This stuff is amazing, and this is what I put when we have we have prawn noodles. Sometimes I do it with salmon, but it's just so easy to do it with prawns. It's like a 10-minute dinner. This chili oil is my favourite, this one, and this is Dan's favourite, the Saucy brand. And this is our new favourite sauce, the Korean barbecue sauce. What brand is this? I thought this was Poons, but maybe it's not. Is that the brand? Chick Mac at the bottom there. This is delicious. It's very unflattering overhead lighting sat underneath the spotlights here. But yeah, just wanted to give you that little insight into our fridge and our weekly food shop. We do the weekly food shop on Ocado. Have done that for ever since COVID, really. I never used to do a weekly food shop, and then in COVID really got into it, obviously because that's what everyone was doing, so everywhere was closed. And I love doing the weekly food shop now. I love cooking in the evening. I find it really relaxing, and even though I'm definitely not a good cook, I still like doing it and just kind of making a meal from scratch at home. I don't know, I just do enjoy it, but I would love some new dinner suggestions from you guys if you have anything. Looking at our week, I'm trying to think if there's anything missing. Oh, sometimes we do a spag bowl, but I haven't done that for ages because it always feels like quite a task, but actually it's delicious and I should do that. But we've been really into just doing pasta and then in lots of olive oil and adding lots of salt to like a whole punnet of cherry tomatoes, and I just chop them in half and then fry them in the pan, and then when the pasta's cooked just add it to that, or add some garlic at the end, and just garlicky fresh tomato pasta with lots of parmesan on top. That's one of our favourites. I think this feels quite relevant at this time of year because everyone has been kind of overindulging around Christmas time and probably eating out more than usual. And in our household, the Christmas chocolate hung around until about last week. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not feeling my best right now. My jeans are definitely feeling on the tighter side, and I'm looking forward to kind of just getting back into our normal kind of weekly way of eating. And Dan and I are very much, when we go out to a restaurant or at the weekends, we just eat whatever we want. We would never be thinking, oh, we shouldn't have this, we shouldn't have that. We like to be indulgent and enjoy our food. I think it's good that when we're at home, we eat kind of nice, well-rounded, pretty relatively healthy meals. I mean, some people would not think the meals that we eat are that healthy, like we always eat carbs, and I know some people don't like to do that. But looking at our weekly meals, I would say that they are all pretty well rounded. There's definitely vegetables in every single one. And then for lunches, at the moment, I'm obsessed with avocado on sourdough toast. And I have some really lovely, I actually showed it in the last vlog, that seeded sourdough that I got from the bakery. I got them to slice it, and I had it, if you watched the last vlog, I had it with beans. Oh, I love baked beans on toast, love it. That's a classic lunch for me. But then I put the rest in the freezer, and I've been eating it with, I actually have run out of avocados now because I had that for lunch yesterday and the day before. Avocado just smushed with a fork on that toast with salt on top is so good. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll add an egg, but sometimes I can't be bothered. And also because I'm not a breakfast person, I also love eating breakfast foods. I guess some people call that breakfast food, avocado on toast. Breakfast foods for lunch, like sometimes I will have yogurt and granola and honey and loads of fruit and make a really big, lovely kind of breakfast bowl. But for lunch, what else do we eat for lunch? Smoked salmon and cream cheese bagels a lot. I'm having a mind blank of what else I eat for lunch. But that's basically it. And then we also have on the table always a big bowl of fruit. And this is really good for snacking. Oh, and every evening, even when we are back to our normal eating and not Christmas and early January eating, which I can never do that. You know how people always, try and eat really healthy in the first 2 weeks of January. I just cannot. The weather outside is miserable. Where does your Christmas chocolate go? Do you eat it all before January the 1st? I don't get it. But when we are just eating kind of our normal eating at home, we still have to have a little bit of chocolate every single evening, even if it's like sharing a packet of Smarties or having a couple of squares of dark chocolate. Just something like that has to happen every day. I think since becoming a mum, my relationship with my body is just so much better, and I just care less. As long as my clothes fit and I'm feeling good in myself, that's all I care about. I know I'm going to be editing this and thinking, why did I sit under this spotlight to film this video with it bouncing off my forehead? Right, it's 10 to 1 and I have a call at 1 that I need to prepare for, so I will see you in a bit. I'm currently in the basement and I know lots of you are still asking, when's the house tour happening? I think it will probably be like Feb, March now, because there's just a few more things we want to do, and work on the basement is starting imminently. And I don't really mind if the basement's not done, ready for the house tour. I'm not sure. I can't decide whether I'm going to wait to do it until the basement's done or not. But basically this down here is going to be our laundry room, a cinema room behind me there, and then a storage room over there, because it's actually quite a big space down here. Currently it doesn't even have proper walls. Like, as you can see, it's just been fully tanked. So that is when they completely damp proof the whole thing. It's like this entire crazy process, but it means now when this is plasterboarded and then painted, we will not have any damp issues down here, so that's really exciting. When we're with Sage, we really can't get anything done down here because we don't really want, it doesn't feel safe to have him down here right now. There's like plug sockets hanging out of the wall and it's just a complete mess, like as you can see. So whenever I have a spare moment when he's in nursery and I don't have work to do, I'm just coming down here and trying to just do little by little sorting, because we need to empty this all out so that the work can be done down here. There's currently not even proper floor. I'll show you. So we do have our laundry going on down here, but even that scares me, like using these plug sockets that aren't even attached to the wall, they're literally just hanging there. And then this is the flooring that the tanking guys did. So they laid all new cement, and then this is something that goes on top of the cement, like this shiny grey stuff. Oh look, there's my slipper socks that Dan's mum got me for Christmas that I'm obsessed with. You have to have warm socks on your feet down here because it's freezing. There's also no heating down here right now, so that's all going to be happening very soon. We really don't want to be spending our evenings down here sorting when Sage is in bed, so because we just don't want to do that. We just like to have dinner, watch a TV show, read our books and go to bed. So I'm just trying to chip away at the tasks that need to be done, which is basically sorting through stuff, making piles of bin, charity, give to friends and keep, and organising things. But it's quite an overwhelming task. And that's just one room. It's all in front of me. I can't even show you how bad it is. It's just mayhem down here. I'm now changed and ready for our date night. I'm not sure if I'm vibing my outfit. I like everything individually, but I'm not sure about them together, but I just don't have much time. And also Sage was in my wardrobe with me trying to help me decide what to wear, and he just picks everything red out of my wardrobe. So he picked out, I have some red little velvet flats, he picked those. He picked out my red Gucci loafers, and then a bright red satin dress. This top is from Free People, and whenever I wear this it just makes me feel evening-y and nice. However, I am just going to the pub, so I don't want to look too dressy in it, so I've just paired it with these like barrel leg cords from Whistles. And then Sage did actually choose my shoes, and I thought, I don't know if these go. However, I am just going to the pub, so I feel like some brown suede boots, and then I could do a brown suede handbag. Kind of works, I don't know, but this was getting ready in 5 minutes with a 2-year-old trying to help. Oh, but one thing I did actually think about is I changed my earrings to these silver ones from COS, because I'm wearing this Isabel Marant belt that has a silver detail on the buckle. Last minute change of plan, I have changed into loafers. I don't even know if I'm definitely loving these with the look, but I'm preferring them to the boots, and I don't want to wear a heel to the pub. Do you know what? I don't love this, don't hate it. And I'm wearing this bag, which I do love. This is Freya NYC.